Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about regular expression, which actually we call it regex, right? Regex. But don't get scared. I know that I was actually, whenever I hear regex, whenever I was like studying Java, whenever I hear regex, like I was actually afraid of it, right? Because it's sometimes like complicated to understand. But you don't need to worry. I'm gonna show you the simple way that you can understand. So let's get started. There is two main methods, right? There is two main methods that we can replace. Regex is actually nothing but like replacing your string, right? Replacing your string. So you can replace. You can use the method calls replace, and also you can uh, use the replace all, right? Replace all. Okay, let's get started, and you will understand it better, right? So let's give it a string. I'm gonna call it regex. So this is let's say um, good evening, right? Good evening. So good evening is our string. So like I said, the when you talk about replace, what are you gonna replace? You're gonna replace something inside of string, right? Inside of your string. So what can I do? Right? What can I do with actually now greeting, right? I call it greeting, and I'm gonna call this regex. So as far as we know, the string is immutable, right? We are not going to be able to change its value. So what I'm going to do is greeting dot replace. So when you say replace, let's say replace. So there is four methods here, right? There is four methods here. So one of them is telling you char like you need to give it a index, right? Index of your ladder, right? But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go with the second option. And another option that is replace all. As you guys see here, now it is getting in regex, right? Regex. So this is not regex, but it is still replace, right? Replace first, right? Replace first. So regex replacement, so, and we will be using this replace all when we come to the regex, right? But here I'm gonna use this one, this one. So the first one is so the first okay the first parameter, which is taking string. The second parameter, first parameter, is about what are you trying to change in your string. So let's say I wanna replace this exclamation mark with a dot, right? With a dot, because I don't want to scream people good morning or good morning, right? I want to say gentle good morning. So I'm going to actually replace that way. Replace it that way. And let's print this out here. I'm gonna try to be quick because it's gonna take a long time. I don't want to take your time that way. So as you guys see here, look at the console now. Look at the console. Good evening dot. But there is one problem too, right? I don't want that space over there. I don't want that space over there. So what can I do? You think that is there any way that I can do it that way? Is there any way that I can do it this way? So I wanna actually replace. I mean, not like this, but here, as you can see, there is a space before it. So I wanna. What you can do is you can actually replace that specific area inside of my string. So let's say I wanna space and exclamation mark. I wanna replace that way, and as you guys see, there is no space anymore. If you put here G, then what's gonna happen? As you guys see, it is replacing G to a specific area, right? Okay, let's say string regex2 equals so greeting dot replace. What can we replace? What do you want to do, right? What do you want to do? I don't know. Why is this happening? Keep happening. So what's gonna happen? So what else do you want to change? You might want to change. So I want to replace this E with a lowercase e. That's a capital case, right? That's a capital case. But I want to replace it with um, lowercase letter, right? Lowercase e. Okay, let's see what's happening. I was able to do it, right? As you guys said. So, so our original string value didn't change. I still see this, right? I still see this because you are not going to be able to change the value of the string, right? String is immutable. Okay, so I am able to actually make it, I'm able to change the the capital, the capital E to lowercase e, right? Capital E to lowercase e. So what else can I do here? I'm gonna actually do this, but you type. I'm just copying and pasting it, but you type because that's the way that you can get used to it, right? You can get used to it. Okay, what else we can do here? I wanna actually, I just wanna, so I wanna show you guys this again, exclamation bar. What, but with nothing, right? With nothing. So we can do actually, I don't wanna replace with anything. I just wanna, I just wanna get rid out of it, right? I don't want it there. Just wanna get rid out of there. So good evening, right? Now we don't. So we actually just replace the exclamation mark with nothing. So we can do that too. So this is basic, right? This is basic, replacing something with something, right? I hope you guys understand. You guys understood. So maybe you might wanna. You might wanna just directly Control C and Control V and 4. So maybe you don't want it. Good. So you just wanna, you don't want this here, right? You don't want this here. Also, you can just directly replace this with nothing, right? Replace this with nothing. Also, you might want to give this, and also, as you see, um, that's happening to you too, right? So you do something with your code, and when you look at the console, you run it, and you look at the console, the what you've been waiting on the console, it's not happening, right? And then you feel, you feel like something wrong, right? Something wrong. But then you realize that you're doing something. Uh, you forgot something, right? You forgot something so you can see it on the console. But yeah, I feel the same way. But this is try and fail, right? Try and fail. If you're doing something wrong, there is nothing to scare, right? There is nothing to scare. So, so what happened is, as you guys see, I replaced the space here and also space here and also evening, right? And also good, right? Good. If I don't replace this here, boom, right? Okay, so we got the idea how to use replace. This is how we replace something from our string, right? Also I wanna give you guys one more, right? String id equals id 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so why this is important? This is important because so this example is a real-time example that I actually, I use this that replace. Okay, replace. So what do you want to replace? So in some case, guys, in some case, what could happen? In some case, you know, you need to interact with the UI of the application, and sometimes you need to get the, let's think about some patient number, right? Some patient ID. But when you get the text of the element on the UI, it is giving you this, not directly the number, but giving you this ID 12345, right? Then you get the text of the or inner text of the element, right? So in this case, what's gonna happen? You need to use the regex, right? You need to use the replace or regex, right? You can use it too. Either way, I'm gonna show you guys in a second. But we need to get rid of this ID and the space here, right? And the space here. So you got the text of the element on the console, and you saw that okay, exactly what you see here is that, right? And you might think like, how am I going to get rid out of this id and the space? This is the way how we do it, right? Replace id and space with nothing, right? With nothing. And then And then what do we do? Print it out, right? Control C, Control V. All right. So as you guys see, this is what we want, right? This is what we want our console, and also this is what we want on our real-time environment. This is a real-time environment example. Important, right? Because this is the most, this is the method that you mostly will use. You mostly will use. I don't know why this is happening, keep happening. Mostly you will use this method, right? Regex and then replace. Okay, I'm thinking like how maybe no. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, let's go with the regex, right? Let's go with the regex. Now, um, actually, okay, string name equals. So my phone number is 456 this this this, right? My phone number is this. Okay, so let's say we have this kind of string. Okay, so what can we do? Regex 5, and this is gonna be regex 6 and equals, right? Regex 6 equals. Okay, how am I going to use regex here? Dot replace. You need to select the replace all, right? Replace all. Okay, we got here. It's the same thing with the replace, but different, right? Different. So I want you guys be careful about. So there is two way, right? One is gonna be equal. One is gonna be. So we are gonna tell Java to make it like, hey, this is gonna be include or this is not going to be include, right? So if you are using this other than that, right? Other than that. So this is other than that. So if you use this other than that, so I am including these, like keep these in my string and the rest of them replace. So the first way I'm gonna show you guys, which is not going to be include, right? Not going to be include. Okay. So first of all, we need square brackets, right? Square brackets in the first, because the first is, what is it? It is going to be, these are in my string, right? These are in my string, and what do you want to do with those? What do you want to replace it with, right? The second parameter is that, about that. So if you wonder also, if you wonder what is replace all, you just hit the control button, right? And then click it and open the method and see what it does, right? And see what it does. So, okay. So these are not going to be included. I don't want to keep these here. So what I'm going to do is, so let's say, A through Z, right? A through Z. So I don't want any lowercase letter in my string. Any lowercase letter in my string, right? This is how we go. A to Z, right? A to Z. I don't want any lowercase letter in my string. Okay, this is how you do it, right? A to Z. And then print this. So as you guys see, I replace it with nothing, right? My number is nothing, right? These are not in my string anymore. These are not in my string anymore. I replace all these letters with nothing. This is how you replace the letters, right? This is how you replace the letters. Okay, let me copy paste this here. Okay, so regex 7. All right, regex 7. So this is how you replace the lowercase. And then how am I gonna do uppercase? Maybe I don't wanna see any, right? Any uh, any uppercase, right? Any uppercase letter in my string. As you guys see, it only replaced a, right? M here, right? On my string, got replaced with nothing. You can replace it with something, but since I am not replacing with anything, it is just got nothing with nothing. Okay, so this is the first one was a lowercase. The second one was the uppercase, right? 8. Okay. So how about the numbers, right? How about the numbers? All you have to do is 0 to 9. All right, I don't want to see any number on my string, on my string. Control C, Control V. How do we do that? As you guys see, I don't see any number anymore. But how about this dash? Like I don't want those two, right? All you have to do is let's see if this is gonna work. Right, dash. Let's see what's gonna happen. So as you guys see, it works. Normally I will do it this way. Right? I will do it this way so you don't get confused and the Java doesn't get confused, right? I will put another semicolon and put the space, right? Put the space. Let's try and fail. I put the space so it replaced all the spaces, but it skipped this one. So that means like we can give it, right? We can give it, but we are able to replace the dashes, right? Replace the dashes with nothing. So this is how we do it. And also, I want to show you guys. So, okay, but I don't want this here too, right? I don't want this here. So what am I supposed to do? If I put a dash here, it doesn't work. There's gonna be logic about it, right? But I don't know it. It's not in my mind. If it's not in your mind, that's fine. You gotta find another way, right? Now I can use replace, right? That replace. I don't know what's happening. Told you guys that I'm sick of this. But okay, now we need to replace something, right? We need to replace something here. What is it? Slash. I mean, not the slash, this dash. The number sign, right? Number, special characters. Okay, I am going to replace this too, right? I'm going to replace this too. Okay, it got replaced. And also, I want to do something here. Concat. I don't know if I showed, yeah, I showed you guys concat, right? I want to put double dots, right? Double dots. Now, we see something makes sense, right? But here, there's a problem. I don't want this much space here, right? I want to replace actually this way. And now it makes sense, right? Now it makes sense. So whatever you're trying to do, you can do it with the regex, right? You can do it with the regex. So lowercase, uppercase, numbers, and what else we can do? Numbers. So these are, I'm telling you again, these are not including, right? You are not including it, right? I don't. So what you're telling Java, hey, I don't want these in my string, right? In my string. Also, for example, maybe you replace this. I'm gonna take care of this. Oh, we already have it. Um, so numbers. So if you don't want any number, but you want to do something, right? So sometimes you see guys like whenever you type your number or something, some password, it is directly like encapsulating it with some asterisks, right? Stars or something like it's covering it so nobody else sees it or something like that. So I'm gonna actually cover it. All the numbers is gonna get covered by, and also this get covered by asterisks. And let's print it out. So how does it look? Regex 9. Let's print it out. As you guys see, now we don't see any numbers, right? It got covered. It got covered by what? By the asterisk, right? By the asterisk. So this is how you do it, right? So um, how about guys? How about this? I want to do all of this here. So numbers A to Z, A to Z, lowercase, uppercase, and also dash, right? I don't want anything. I guess I don't want anything on my string. So let's see what's gonna happen. I mean, you just need to play with it, right? So you can understand what it does. As you guys see, we are we are missing something, right? So as you see, the dashes and the spaces, then what can I do is that I don't want anything, right? I don't want anything in my string. So delete this. So I'm gonna replace the spaces with nothing, and that replace again. As you can see, what does it call? This calls method chaining. You're chaining the methods together, right? Okay, I'm replacing the spaces, and also as you can see here, I'm replacing the spaces and also dash. So what are you gonna see on the console? What are you gonna see on the console is only the asterisk without space. Only the asterisk without space. As you can see, I just return my string as just asterisk, right? As just asterisk. So this is the way that, like, I don't want is not include, right? So how do we do the opposite way? Like I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna put this sign here other than that sign, other than that sign. So other than these, again, other than these, I'm gonna replace it with asterisk or nothing, right? Nothing. So other than these, right? Other than these, numbers and the dash is not going to be replaced. This is what you're telling Java to do, right? Other than these is gonna get replaced with nothing. Now let's see what I'm talking about. Let's see what I'm talking about, and we'll see. All right, now I got my number. If this is the way that you wanna see your numbers on the console, or if you need to get these numbers this way, this format, so you can use further logic, right? In your further logic, Java logic, Python logic, or whatever, then this is the way how you do it, right? This is the way how you do it. I got my numbers. Maybe you don't want to see any dash here, right? You don't want to see any dash here. Then other than this, okay, I don't want it. I only want to see number, right? I only want to see number. Okay, here is your numbers, right? And how about, so I want my spaces. Today this is crazy. So I want my spaces. Put your semicolon and then put the spaces here. But let's see how is that gonna work. Okay, so it doesn't do that, right? Because there is no space. It's a dash, right? You might wanna see your dash, and so in this way, okay, you got this. How you can do that? So let's say that again, replace, right? Replace. So what are you replacing right now? Actually, I don't want to replace dash, right? I don't want to replace dash. So I wanna replace the dash right now, and with, actually, I'm gonna put space, right? So what's gonna happen right now? What's gonna happen is this dash is not going to be here, right? Because I want only space between my numbers. So what's gonna happen here? Wow, amazing, right? Amazing. So did we understand this? Other than that, right? Other than that, I'm gonna do one more example so you guys can keep this in your mind. So other than that, right? Okay. Um, A through Z and bigger till, and I don't want nothing else. All right. I only want my letters on my string, right? On my string. Okay. As you want, just see it done. Consider it done, right? So we are here to do it. Like I said, this is gonna be your, as you guys see, I don't want anything else, right? I don't want anything else. Maybe you might wanna see your spaces, right? Maybe you might wanna see your spaces, but if you say your spaces, okay, this is great, right? This is great. This is how you actually use regex and the replace. So regex is this. When they say regex is this, guys. So there might be some complicated scenarios, right? There might be some complicated scenarios. If you don't know how to create that regex, just look at it up, just Google it and understand it, right? So you don't have to keep anything in your mind as long as you understand what is regex, what does it do, so why do I need to use it, right? Why do I need to use it? Why do I need to use replace? Why do I need to use regex? As long as you understand this concept, then you know when to call them, right? You know when to call them. So you need to be aware of there is a method replace, there is a method replace all, which is a regex, regular expression. So you can call this, right? So you can call this, and also there is another kind of methods that I didn't give you guys yet, which is split. Split method is going to help you to split your string into an array, collection of, right? Collection of elements, right? Collection of elements. So you can store your words into an array. Maybe you might want to do something with those words, right? Or any kind of elements. So split is gonna help you to split your string, and also it is returning, the return type is array, right? Array, it is storing those words into array, and also there is going to be char after array. Char after array, char, what is array? Specific, right? Um, specific letter, right? Any specific character, right? You can store in char. So I'm gonna talk about those, but those are gonna be, right. Those are gonna be next videos topics, and this is all about it. This is all about the regex. I mean, the regex, regular expression replace, and the replace all. If you guys have any question, please make a comment so I can take care of it. And thank you very much for watching the video, and I see you guys in the next video. Oh, don't forget to subscribe my channel, please.